Welcome to the P.T.S.D. podcast with your host, comedian and military veteran, Bernard the Laugh Therapist Hines, where we discuss P.T.S.D., processing traumatic situations differently, and give you tools to help you overcome the stigma of seeking help. If you're ready to be inspired, then welcome to the Stigma-Free Zone. Here's your host, the Laugh Therapist himself, Bernard Hines.
What up, good people? What up, good people? It's your boy, Bernard Hines, a.k.a. the Laugh Therapist. And listen, welcome to the PTSD podcast, processing traumatic situations differently. Here, y'all, we try to inform, enlighten, and become advocates for one another as we learn more productive ways to process our trauma. Always remember, as a therapist, I am not licensed, I'm just medicated. Welcome to the Stigma-Free Zone. What up, everybody? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in all over the world, wherever you are. I have my guest, Miss Allysia Richardson. Hey, I don't even want to talk about who she is or what she does because she does it much better than me. So right now, y'all, we're going to bring to the stage Miss Allysia Richardson. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Listen, I'm so honored to have you on again. I think I had you 2 years ago, but as we know, life be lifing.
Right.
Life be lifing. And I'm just glad and honored to have you. Me and this young lady, we connected about 3-4 years ago, and she's always doing something in the business realm, and she's always trying to be good for entrepreneurs and stuff like that. But then she ran across the Laugh Therapist. And she was like, everything I try to throw at this boy, he just throw it back. I can't do that. My mind can't do that. So she has some great insight for me. But when you're dealing with the Laugh Therapist, you got to take what you can get. So how are you doing today, man?
I am doing amazing
today. Good. Now, briefly tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So I am a brand strategist.
Okay.
I have been doing branding for about probably over 6 or 7 years at this point, probably like a lot longer than that. Kind of got started just out of the blue because my gift was like, working on websites and logos and things like that. And then all of a sudden it just turned into this amazing thing. And so from there, helping entrepreneurs and things like that, I have written a few books. I have co-authored a few books. But my biggest win is definitely my 2 boys, who are, I think 10 and 14 as of yesterday, 10 and 14. And so, yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Congratulations. They're 10 and 14. So right now, y'all, the pick 4 number is 1014. Play the pick 4 if you feel like it. Ain't asking nobody to tell it, but she gave us a number.
All I'm saying is give me some because
everybody always say that. Always say that. Now there's a fact about you that people need to understand, and if you happen to see it, y'all, it's not because anything. She was in the United States Navy, and I don't.
He really tried it.
I don't.
Okay.
You got to how to say the branches. We have to commingle.
All I'm saying is this. As far as the Navy, the Marines needed the Navy as for their docks. So all I'm saying is,
Okay, well, the Marines also with them little tight green shorts too, but we ain't gonna say nothing about that either. I don't know how they can do that. That's ridiculous. So listen, in your life, in your growing up, in your military time, in your life in general, I'm sure you have faced some adversity.
Oh, absolutely.
And your adversity and your resilience. If you don't mind, share us a little bit about some of the challenges you face, both professionally and personally.
Oh, okay. No problem. So, if we were to, talk about like that military time, just really quick, I don't care what anybody says, being a woman and also being Black in the military is definitely a struggle. and it's invisible and it's both, and it's also visible. Okay. So that was a thing to work out on your own. Getting out. One of the things I did was I said, you know what, I'm out. I didn't need any help. I was okay. Not knowing that I had actually already been diagnosed with depression and anxiety.
Wow.
From being in the military. Right. So again, that translates over into like when you get out, that translates over into your personal life when it comes to all these different roles that you're in, whether it be being a wife, being a mother, if you have a job, employee, or employer, right?
Okay.
And so the way that it transferred into my personal life is it's like, because I had to shut down, not because I had to shut down the military, but one thing I did was shut down because of the things I dealt with in the military.
Okay.
And so that's caused me to like then shut down in my personal life.
Come on now.
And so it limited the things that I could actually give to those people, in my life. Right.
Okay.
So now going into like that little more personal side of things, so I was married for 10 years. And so being married for 10 years, you think that obviously, marriage is supposed to last forever, right?
Correct.
And so there was this one year I literally was about to like just go off on my family, like literally physically hurt them. And I think I shared that the last time that I was here. But I was going to physically hurt them. I had to lock myself in a room and lock myself in a room until whatever those feelings were had subsided. I went to a therapist. And so she asked me a question. And the question was, when was the last time you were truly happy? I could not answer her. I could not answer her. I remember happy moments, but I could not remember the last time that I ever had peace or joy in my life. And so that was a big epiphany or a big aha moment for me. And so that led me to like searching for, first of all, why did I not feel the peace and joy, and what did I need to do in order to do that? So of course, me and the therapist, we started working together on that. And so it led me to finding out that I really did not know who I was. I joined the military straight out of high school.
Come on now.
So when I joined straight out of high school, that doesn't give you time to grow. It gives you time to literally have your mind molded by people who did not raise you, who is not a part of your culture, who's, they just need a mission done. Right. And so your brain is literally being molded for that one thing. And so when you come out of military straight out of high school, you have no idea who that is. So now you're jumping into being a mom. Now you're jumping into being a wife. Now you're jumping into, again, all these other roles in your life. And so when
can I say something?
Yep.
Sometimes we leave straight from high school in the military and we're running from trauma.
Oh, yeah.
We're running from trauma. If I could just get away from this area where the trauma is, on the other side, it might be a whole lot better. And you end up in trauma over there too.
I was a kid who felt like I knew it all, and my parents didn't know nothing. And then on top of that, my parents were pastors. And so they were definitely, it was very religious at one point. They're not like that anymore, but definitely very religious. And definitely I was definitely running from that. And especially the whole thing of, boys can do this, girls can do that, because I have brothers as well. And so I was like, that don't make sense. Why am I doing all these good things and he gets to go and mess up or whatever, but I'm the one being held to this high standard.
Correct.
Get out of here with that. So I left, right? But yeah, I was that kid. So yeah, you're right about that. I was definitely running from trauma and into the military. So that's not a good mixture of anything. Not knowing who you are and running away and thinking you know everything until you get to the real world. And I realized how sheltered I was when I joined the military.
So wow. Okay.
Yeah, life was way different.
So what's the place you got stationed at? What's the first place besides at the boot camp or whatever y'all call it?
I went to Oceana and Damneck, and I stayed there my entire military round. And then
That's why I didn't go in the Navy, because I'm from Norfolk, and they'd be like, "You gonna come right back home." Yeah.
That once you get stationed there, you do not leave. You do not
Wow.
leave there. But actually mine wasn't, because mine was due to I think like I had a few medical issues they couldn't figure out
Okay.
also. And so they had to like sit me somewhere to figure all of that out. And so from there, and then after that, I had my son, and I was just like, I'm not dealing with this anymore, and I was ready to actually go out on my own. So yeah.
When is the first time you felt you needed a therapist?
It was that time when I did go when I was in the military.
Okay.
So when I was actually in the military, I went to go see it wasn't there was like maybe whatever they hire in the military.
Okay.
And I did go see that person, but I didn't trust. It was a guy, and he was asking like, personal questions like first day. And I was like, I ain't going back.
Yeah. I think he probably started peeling that onion too quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to get them in there, make them feel comfortable.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Wow. So yeah, so I did not go back to that. But then again, like I said, when I had that fit, like when I was literally about to, like, y'all would have saw me on the news, like woman kills her family.
Wow.
I'm not playing. Like, I'm laughing about it, but it was a serious moment. And it happened twice. And so I went to the doctor, and they just to let everyone know, if you're in the military, you don't need a referral to go see mental health. So you can just literally schedule a mental health professional as long as they accept TRICARE. So that's what I was told. And that is for active duty as well as the spouses of the active duty member. Okay.
Right. All right.
So that was when I knew I needed to see somebody, because by that point, it's out of hand at that point.
Correct.
The moment you feel like you have no control over, your emotions and your body, like the things that are happening to you, at that point, just know that you are probably at a level 8 of your mental health not being as well as you thought it was.
Wow. I am so glad you went and got help. I really am. And I'm sure other people's, and your family, your kids, because people can see it. And, and they say, and I've always said, I changed the words, what's wrong with you? No, what happened to you?
Right.
If you can just change that wording, because first of all, if I was to say, Allysia, what's wrong with you? What you going to say?
I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with me.
Ain't nothing wrong with me. That's the first. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? We get all indignant when people say, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it was wrong. Straight attitude. So if we can change that word and just say, hey, what happened to you?
It
makes you think like,
yep.
It makes like, okay, you okay? You want okay? Yeah. So yeah, that is very, very important, of learning our words, of how to say, and that comes with growth, that comes with learning, and it also comes with, do you want to learn?
Right.
Not necessarily you, but the people that are dealing with you. Do you want to understand what happened to me? If you don't, that's okay.
Absolutely.
But don't flip out at me if I don't want to be bothered with you. So in all that, you went through all that, you got your, you did your resiliency, and you started branding.
I picked back up on what my passion was, because even during that time, so like after the divorce, like I said, like, I did not want to how do I say that? After the divorce, I did not work on my business, right? And I had a few of them going.
Okay.
And so I literally stopped them, and I was not getting any money for like an entire year.
Was did COVID hurt that too, or just you just shut it down? Okay.
Yeah, because my business is like online.
True. Got
You know
it.
what I'm saying? So it was literally when like once that all of that happened, it was like I kept trying to push a wall down, but it was like I was putting force that was force that wasn't going to do anything.
Okay.
Because there was no healing behind it.
Okay.
So it was coming off. The force that was coming out was like the gunk and the issues I was dealing with on the inside. So it was not being able to connect with the people that I needed it to connect with. And so that stressed me out even more, and it brought me down even more. And so eventually that's when I ended up getting 2 therapists
Okay.
and a psychiatrist, because
I
I
had them too.
realized that I needed medication.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that one of the therapists was more of a talk through therapist, and the other one dealt with CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy,
Got
right?
it.
So it was like actual steps. And so like after dealing and working through those things, I still wanted to do my passion, which was help other entrepreneurs with their business, with branding and things like that, and how to connect with people. And so I picked that up. But the difference, however, when I came back, was understanding the importance of being resilient, of being able to know when you get knocked down. First of all, hold on. This part is important right here. Because when you get knocked down, the reason you jump back up without trying to heal is because you never realized that you were a victim. Cool. And so a lot of people and I cry, like the moment I realized I was a victim, I cried more, because I was like, man, I don't want to be a victim. I'm too strong for this. How dare I allow somebody to do this? How dare I, you know what I mean? And I was beating myself up. But the moment I accepted I was a victim was the moment that I realized that I needed help, and that I can get the help that I needed. Now, I'm not sitting here saying have a victim mentality, because that is different.
Please say that one.
Mentality is when you are like, man, again, why is this happening to me? But you keep asking, why is this happening to me? And you're not doing anything about it. But when you realize that you have been victimized, then you are able to push forward and move and heal from the thing that damaged you. And so that was actually a huge moment for me, because even when you show up in therapy, if you don't feel like nothing has happened to you, all you're feeling is all these emotions, but you don't actually acknowledge like that you were a victim or you were victimized in that circumstance, you're going to sit there in denial for a minute. But anyway, to push past that, once I recognized that and I started to heal that, it was important for me to let other entrepreneurs know that, it's okay to get knocked down, but at the same time, it's also okay to take a moment and sit back. You don't have to be the strong person, and heal. Allow people to support you. Allow people to support you in that journey of allowing you to literally, the way that I see it is, if the moment you're wounded, you need to fall back and allow somebody else to take that, to take the position of being in the forefront. Because if you're not, like, when you're wounded, you can't fight the way that you need to fight. You need to take time to heal. And so that's what I realized. And so now, as I deal with entrepreneurs in branding, that is one of the bigger things that I help the entrepreneur to understand, is that, this is the importance of the resilience for having a long lasting brand in order to build a legacy.
So this made you better.
Correct.
If you say,
yes.
I mean, I know they said whatever makes you, whatever doesn't kill you, make you strong. Well, all that, I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got time for. But what you did was you turned it around for your good.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could have sat there and just waddled.
Yeah.
And just
very tempting to do that.
Because this is my diaper. If I want to sit in my diaper, this is ain't nobody got to change me. Because that's what we say in our house sometimes. Okay, if I'm going through or Trish going through and you don't want to be bothered, well, I'm gonna let you sit in your diaper for a little bit. You go ahead and enjoy that diaper. When you're ready to get it cleaned up, you know what
You'll
I'm
come
saying?
out
Let's talk about it. And so, and when you sit in that diaper, what you got? Flies all around you. It's starting to smell. Don't
Yeah.
nobody want to be around you. So you got to go. That's a physical. That's a virtual diaper. People, I know somebody say he's sitting in a diaper. No, you. Yeah. So it's like using those metaphors to understand how we are. And listen, you have came back. You have came back strong like Rocky. You came back like Mike Tyson about to fight this guy. You came back. How did that feel? But I know I put it on. I know. See, people always want to call me. I know. How
Anyway.
did you know that you were happy with yourself and you could go for it?
There was a sense of freedom.
Okay.
I did not feel tied down by anybody. I did not feel like I needed to please anybody. I felt like anything that I wanted to do, I could do it regardless of what anybody else said.
Okay.
And I was okay with that. Mind you, the decisions that I was making, I had a lot of people saying, "Oh, I don't think you should do that. I don't know that that's a good idea. Think about these things," and giving me all the cons. And they love me, and I know that that's why they were saying, because they were worried because the decisions I was making
Okay.
were risky.
Okay.
But here I am, and I'm good. But when in those moments before I would be like, "Yeah, you right. Let me sit down. Let me not, But now I was just like, okay, thank you for sharing that. But I'm moving with that anyway, and I was okay with that.
Wow.
And so now where I'm at, like I really get up every single morning, and I look and I'm like, man, this is mine. Oh man, I get to do this. Wow, there are a lot, and I'm like, God, thank you, because there are so many people who would love to be in the position that I am in now. Like,
Correct.
I know how blessed I am. I know that, I literally can see my boys every day. I get them, put them on the school bus. I get them off a school bus. And I know that, a lot of people would be worried, especially after, I was not the breadwinner in my marriage.
Okay.
And so leaving a financially stable situation to come to where I am today, and especially not doing my business for a year, like you have to understand where I came from into where I am today, and to have peace where I am at right now is amazing. And I could not ask for anything else. I literally now I get to see what I was missing.
Right. Okay.
Because I was trying to please and trying to, I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there.
Okay.
But
No, we ain't go there. We ain't gonna go there. But you know what though? I heard something that was so powerful that is in my rucksack. And I share it whenever time I talk to somebody, I try to share it. It says, it said, does anger, depression, and disappointment wake you up, or does peace wake you up? And what you just said, you woke up, is peace.
Absolutely. I don't wake up with an alarm clock.
See?
That's what you want to understand my peace. I don't wake up with nothing disturbing me except my 10-year-old sometimes.
Yeah. Gotta have that. So I mean, is that peace of God, and that peace of just relaxation is like, I can face whatever's going to come my way.
Exactly. And you don't even fear like you don't fear the things that could come, because you don't know, but you don't fear the things that could come because you have the peace of God. It's like literally, if something happens or I get something in the mail, it's like, oh, whatever, like, God got me. He gonna walk me through like how to deal with that, so I'm not worried. I can still stand in my peace.
Wow.
I'm okay. So yeah,
that's good. That's good. Listen, y'all, we talking to Miss Allysia Richardson. She is a branding coach. She does it all. So what is your business now?
Mm-hmm. So my business now, and it has always been the
Okay. No, I thought you did something a little. You did a little changing on something.
Okay, so I had a couple of businesses. So
Okay.
one thing to learn about me, and I hope that a lot of people take this as well, is that it's when you're in a position where you got to roll with the punches, you got to figure out how to make money however you roll with the punches.
So basically,
So,
you BMF and entrepreneur. She's the BMF plug, y'all. She
look, I couldn't. So the one you were talking about before, just kind of give people a reference of what we're saying. My 10-year-old, because he has autism, and I could not just put him in school because I didn't want him to be in a special needs classroom. I needed him to understand that he is so smart, right? By the way, he is in school now and making great grades, like ain't nothing holding his boy back. Okay, but anyway, I could not put him in school. So I was getting ready to start pushing with my branding business, but then I was like, man, he got to stay home with me, but I have to work with him. He's now school age. So I literally had to like work with him. So I was like, how do I make money off this? I'm going to talk to other parents and I'm going to start making money off that. Right. So that's what I did. I just brought other parents into my situation and started working with other kids who were like my son. Boom. Right. So
awesome.
my purpose and my business of what I'm doing, my ministry, this is what I call my ministry.
Okay.
Literally helping entrepreneurs. I can help, men entrepreneurs as well, but my focus is on women who are moms and have all of these different roles. But to help them build a brand that is going to leave a legacy outside of their roles, because if you are a mom and or whatever, you have all these things pulling at your time.
Correct.
It's hard to actually build your business in doing that. So I showed them how to do that and walk them through from point A all the way to point Z to launching their business. So it's brand strategy and business coaching all day long.
All day long, being the drill sergeant. That's all you coaches are. You new coaches ain't number drill sergeant.
You know what? And rightfully so, because the people we
hard headed. I got people that I admit it. I admit it. It's like people don't believe me when I say this, and I really don't care if they believe me. If I never ever become famous, or I am good, I just want to be effective.
Right.
And I think by going to the VA, speaking, by doing, I'm gonna say it, my little comedy that keeps my cognitive mind, I'm good, because at one time I did not want to live because I'm trying to do everything for everybody, trying to be this, trying to be that, denying who I was.
Yep.
Now that I want to live, I with all that. And we got to get to, I believe we truly got to get to a place in our life when we like, I just want to be effective. If that popularity comes, because if you know, and I know, with popularity comes, people always got something to say.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Always. So it's freedom. And like you said, that peace. I wake up with peace. And that's all I want to ever wake up with. Well, and Trish, Lord have mercy. Be some girl named Peace in my DMs. You said you want to wake up with me. You got to clarify.
That real quick.
You got to clarify. So, ma'am, you are an author, and you have written and co-written books.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm again, I think I'm a natural creative. And so there are times where, God puts on my heart, like, hey, write this. And it doesn't start off as a book.
Okay.
It does not start off as a book, but God will say, hey, write this. And then it just starts pouring out. And so the first book I wrote was You Are More Than a Mom, a busy mom's guide to getting back to her identity, her self-assurance. Lord, it's right here. Boom. It's a long title. A busy mom's guide to uncovering her voice, identity, and self-security.
Show it to us. Show it to the people. Oh, I thought you said you. I thought you said you had it right there. Don't. Well, you ain't had to get up from the screen. Oh, there we go. There you go. I want the folks to see this legit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Okay. So that was the first one I wrote. The other one, which is the one that I just wrote, this is more so like a workbook, but it goes with my 8-week program, which we can talk about later. But this is actually the branding. You can't really see it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You got all that filters on it.
Yeah, the branding bootcamp piece of it. And the one that I co-authored, I do not have that one on me right now.
Well, good. Don't run around the house trying to find it.
I'm not. It's the heart check for entrepreneurs. And so what that book talks about is really like, where's your heart posture at when you when you're in business? You know, is it really connected to God and centered with God?
Wow.
And so majority, all of them are pretty much like workbooks. My hair's just like gone and messed up, but like workbooks.
You knew you had the interview today, so don't blame it. Don't do all that.
Don't do all that.
No,
I can't remember. Okay. I'm trying to look to see what side the part on, but I'm mirrored.
Oh Lord, see, this is why you can't have two people to go to therapy. She has 2 therapists. I have 2. We got a total of 4 people talking to us, and we just can't even get through a little interview.
Okay, and now I'm on medication. Like, I finally started taking ADHD medication.
Okay,
like, that has been a huge change in my life. For real.
Ain't it beautiful?
Yeah, it is. It's a whole different life.
Now I'm listening. Since we on, I had to adjust mine, and I adjusted mine about a month ago. Oh my goodness. I am just doing stuff. I'm able to focus just a tad bit more. I can't remember nothing still. But I only think I'm go ahead.
I was gonna say that's where mine actually helped me out, is my memory, because my memory sucks.
Mine, I'm done.
So yeah, mine helps me with my memory.
My memory's so bad. I ain't worked at a job for 6 years. I drove up there the other day, and when it sat at my old desk, I'm like, they were like, "What?" I said, "I don't work here no. I don't work here no more." So, man, what's the next in line for you? What's next in line?
Next in line is so now that I'm back on a horse, it's just building it up.
So you ride horses too?
Actually, I did ride a horse like about a month ago. So
I know, I saw it. That's why I said that. Look at the riding horses.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the next is just building it up and building my audience back up, but building them up not just only to build their business, but build up who they are as entrepreneurs, and but also who they are outside of, that as an entrepreneur, because believe it or not, who you are as a person, it truly does impact how you show up in your business, and also how you handle the roadblocks that you face inside of your business. And so that's what's next for me, is getting people into the branding bootcamp, not just, like I said, to build the business, but build you up as an entrepreneur.
Okay, that is good. Listen, it is always, we don't have to always belabor the time just to make it long. She has dropped some nuggets. You can go to her website, www.AlysiaRichardson.com. It's right here on the screen. But for those who are listening via this podcast, it's www.ALYSIARICHARDSON. Allysia Richardson. You know, you got black people up here. Y'all just can't have no regular names. Y'all got to have Allysia. Can't nobody spell that?
Y'all, he practiced my name for about 4 years now.
I am so proud I know how to say it without messing it up. Yeah. Man. And the thing about it is, I was saying that when you hadn't went to a therapist yet and you was getting attitude. I said, these John Brown people, listen, as we end this, how has your faith helped you? Because I know people say, you go to therapy And don't you believe in God? But I have God and a therapist. So how has your faith help you in this?
My faith has definitely been the cornerstone, the center, the foundation, the everything. And it's not even just it's God, you know what I'm saying? Because God definitely gives the faith. But I've had to shut everything out and only have God. Because there was no answers on earth that I was willing to listen to until I allowed God to soften my heart. I
Okay.
had went through I've gone through a lot of things that have caused me to really put up a lot of walls, and the only person who's going to be able to get through that is God. And so, you know, that has been the biggest impact on my life, period.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
Listen, y'all, Miss Allysia Richardson, please go check her out, her website. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. What is your Facebook and what is your Instagram?
Yep. So it's just my first name. I keep it simple. It's my first name, last name. ALLYSIA RICHARDSON on Facebook and Instagram. But I also want to invite you to the Actionpreneur Facebook group where
Slow it down. Slow it down. The Hoopreneur.
Actionpreneur.
There you go. See, people didn't know actionpreneur. How you spell preneur? I mean, you can't be. See, this is what I said. These folks, y'all too smart.
Hold on, let me look. I gotta go.
Yeah,
back.
you should have just said action page. Preneur. All these veterans out here, we on medication.
Picking up
Preneur.
names and stuff.
Yeah, just putting names together.
But action, so it's the Actionpreneurs Facebook group. So ACTIONPRENEURS.
Come on now.
Facebook group.
You gotta say that one more time.
So yep.
Okay.
ACTION action. PRENEURS preneurs. Actionpreneurs is all one word.
Awesome.
And so there, you know, I'm giving out, you know, all of these free tips and tools and tricks on how to be resilient in business, how to actually start a business, how to make your business stand out, how to actually reach your right audience, because that's why a lot of people are hitting the road.
True.
Not communicating.
That's right.
To people the way you're supposed to be communicating to people.
That's right.
And just like really showing you how to show up in your business. And again, that is free. So just if you want to join the Actionpreneurs Facebook group. And the biggest part about that too is when you start a business, not everyone has the support they need, because the people around them may not know how to start businesses or how to build a network and things like that. So actually joining a group like this is a great start, because you get that support right off the bat. So, you know, there you go.
Got it. Well, it was great talking to you, my friend. I can pronounce your name now. So, hey, that's a check mark for Vernard. Thank you again. Continue to do what you're doing. And I hope you find people that you can deal with that's not like me, because I know I drove you crazy. I know. No. But it's okay, though, because you're still my friend, and that's all that matters. Listen, Miss Allysia, you are released from the stigma-free zone. Thank you for being part of this podcast.
Thank you for having
Everybody, enjoy yourself, and remember, always continue to keep laughing no matter what.